Ooh, Chiefs vs Moana Pasifika. Good game in the end, eh? Now, before this game, I thought this might be a bit of a rumpus for the Chiefs. I thought it might be Chiefs by 20 points. I was babysitting my nephews, and I said to my 5-year-old nephew, "Mate, what do you think the Chiefs are going to win by?" He said originally 40, and then about 5-10 minutes later, he said to me, "No, Uncle, 55 points." So, yeah, he was a bit more confident than I was. But the game, now, it started actually quite close. 19 minutes in, the Chiefs were winning by seven points. And at that point, I thought, you know what, the Moana Pasifika, if they can just be a bit more accurate with their ball handling, a bit more accurate with their set piece, there's a few areas that, you know, they just need to tighten up on, and they could be in this game, right? You know, the next big play of the game that I noted was the Moana Pasifika team that had a number of phases on attack. They're looking okay, but kind of just passengers running through the motions with the ball. Then they spun it wide. There's a drop ball. Moana Pasifika gets the ball, kicks it downtown, picks it up and scores. So, yeah, that made it then 14-0 to the Chiefs. To be honest, the biggest punch in the face, I reckon, was about 38 minutes in. Moana Pasifika hot on attack. They throw the line-out ball in and just straight over the back jumper. Absolute criminal mistake, you know, when you're hot on attack like that. And then, obviously, the Chiefs got the ball, went halfway down the field, and yeah, they ended up scoring a couple more tries before the break as well. So half-time, it was pretty clear that it's probably going to be one-sided and a Chiefs victory. I don't know what was said at half-time. I thought they might have got a bit of a grilling from the Moana Pasifika coach, but yeah, it didn't seem to eventuate to too much. The Chiefs just seemed to spin it wide and up their intensity probably a little bit, and they just seemed to run riot. I'm not going to lie, I didn't sort of see too much of the second half. My nephews had a little squabble over. One of them wasn't sharing his toy cards with the other, so I had to sort that out. But I don't think I really missed that much in that second half, to be honest. The Chiefs ran riot on the Moana Pasifika team. Look, in result, 68-12 to the Chiefs. Absolute thrashing, you got to be honest with that. Moana Pasifika, look, in the end, they need to improve their intensity. They need to up their accuracy on attack. Their ball handling was poor. Their set piece was poor on a number of occasions. And just when you're not doing the basics right, and I know from my club rugby days, if you're not doing the basics right and well, it's pretty hard to execute your game plan. Their defence was quite interesting. I sort of thought at the start they were good up the middle of the field, but when the Chiefs got the ball wide, they sort of seemed to struggle with some of the dynamic Chiefs wingers, you know, the Tini Nanai Saturo and Moana Pasifika. But yeah, and then obviously when the fatigue set in and the later in the game, there seemed to be a lot of gaps up the middle. So question whether or not the Moana Pasifika team are fit enough in the comp at the moment, but they've got a few things to work on. So players to watch. Look, D-Mac, he was outstanding, wasn't he? Far out. A couple of things that I think I actually probably underestimated with him is firstly his ability to kick long distance. He actually kicks very well to touch. You know, a number of times he'd often meet that halfway line or even further. For a small guy, he's got a good boot on him. He actually does really good, accurate chip kicks. I saw a number of those, and they were always in the right spot, really dynamic and dangerous. The other thing that I think I probably missed with him before as well, and probably a lot of other people, is just his ability with the ball under pressure to still execute team moves. So, for instance, he'd get the ball on a number of occasions. He'd have the Moana Pasifika defender launching himself at him. He's probably only a metre away from him. And he'd still get his pass off to the next man, second vibe centre, which means that the Chiefs could then execute their move. It's pretty which is a pretty effective skill set to have. Look, he was great. He's also obviously pretty dynamic and unpredictable, which is really effective at Super Rugby level. How effective that is going to be at international level, I don't know. There's far less time and space at the international game. The other ones that were good, Amoni Narawa, look, he was good. He's fast. He wasn't flashy, but he made some good breaks, and I didn't see him make too many mistakes at all, really. He was good. He had a good game. Samasoni Takiaho. Now, I really do like this guy. And actually, my wife last night joked around about it. She said, Elliot, you should send him an Instagram message and see if you can arrange for a dinner. Put on some nice red lipstick and have a steak dinner with a romantic glass of wine with him. I really, really do like Samasoni Takiaho. Look at the size of the man. He's a big brute, isn't he? But that game, he was good, right? He always seems to make meters when he's carrying the ball. I'm not surprised. You look at the power and the size of the man. He's a brick, isn't he? His set piece was also really good, though. His line-out throwing, his accuracy at the breakdown, he made his tackles. I thought he did the basics really well. I personally, if he consistently plays like that, he does his basics really well. I would like to see him in that first choice jersey, starting jersey for the All Blacks later in the season, but we'll see how he goes this year. The other one that I thought was good was Cortez Ratama. He's probably goes under the radar a little bit, but I thought his passing was quite crisp and accurate, both sides. He's tough and abrasive. Look, he's not the size of a 6'8" Brodie Retallick, 120 kilos and 6'8". But you can see he's tough. He's not afraid to put his head in dark places and bring down the big boys or muscle up with the big boys. He's another player to watch. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and add some comments underneath the video. I've got another one coming out over the next few days about my club rugby days. I played rugby in 4 different countries in the world over about 10 years after I left high school. I had an amazing time, amazing experiences. In this particular occasion, let's just say I got tackled and probably did a 180, 360, 720, whatever you want to, how many degrees it was. It could have been in the thousands, I don't know, but it makes for one hell of a story. So look out for that, guys. Cheers.